Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about the Rolex Day-Date 40. This one in Ever Rose Gold, white dial Roman numeral hour markers, of course, and the President Bracelet, reference number 228235. Now this one, we'll be going over the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, as well as how to set the day and the date as well with the movement and topics and little information about the bracelet. I'll be giving you my thoughts on these throughout this video. And so starting off with this case, you have a 40 millimeter case from finger to thumb. That's the 2 to 8 o'clock position, 40 millimeters. Same with the 10 to 4, 40 millimeters as well. Same distance, same diameter. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown, ensuring waterproofness down to 300 or 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. So taking a look at the full construction here, this is entirely in Ever Rose Gold. What is that? Ever Rose Gold is basically a red gold, a gold mixed with sort of platinum and other minerals, as well as oyster steel from Rolex, a proprietary blend of steel and other materials. All of that combined together to give this a very high level of strength with the level of high polish that you can expect from Rolex cases. As you can see here, it reflects very nicely, very beautifully, and complete with my fingerprints, of course. On the front you have the fluted bezel matching Ever Rose Gold as well. Same exact composition as with the case, nice and high polish, as you can see. And its original function was to basically just create that sense of water resistance, create the actual water resistance rather, by screwing directly onto the front of the case. But you know, modern advances have made that, well, not all that necessary anymore, so it's just there as a mark of distinction. So whenever you see this fluted bezel, you know it's a Rolex. They always make it in gold. In this case, Ever Rose Gold to match the overall color of this watch. And speaking of color, the one color that stands out the most is on this dial, the white face dial. I believe they call it, let's see, what do they call it? It's a very specific term. Oh, maybe not. It's just white. They just call it a white dial, and that's basically what it is. Not a matte, not really all that anti-reflective either. It's just a standard white dial, but more than just standard, because the 18 karat Ever Rose Gold applied index hour marks really give it a very distinct, very specific look here. A very high contrast, and makes it very easy to read as well. And you know this is a more modern day-date because the odd numbered Roman numerals are just single index marks. As you can see, 1, well, 3 is just a date aperture, but 5, 7, 9, and 11 are all just single index marks. And I think that was actually a very good choice by Rolex to do that. And the reason because is it gives the dial plenty of space to breathe. The older day-dates were 41 millimeters, so the dials were naturally larger, and therefore you'd have more space for the full Roman numerals. But here you have the sans serif, just stick Roman numerals with literal stick markers for every other hour, and it really opens up the dial. It gives a very good sense of breathability and just open space, that really good sense of minimalism that you would nicely expect from a modern anything, really, especially a modern timepiece like this. Yeah, the day aperture at the 12 o'clock, pushing the Rolex crown just a little bit down to make that full composition of that the logo as well as the name of the watch. With the date aperture at 3 o'clock, nothing too new there, sitting under the Cyclops lens. And if you look at the date aperture on the dial itself, it's rather small, but under the lens, nice and big. So you get that good sense of magnification, and looking at it face on, it fits in just right. Now looking at the functions of this watch, all right, simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. This allows you to wind the watch, so if you're at a dead stop, about 20 to 30 full winds is all you need to get to the full power reserve. Nice and easy there. Pull the crown onto the next position. This allows you to change both the day and the date. So rotate it clockwise to advance the date forward. All right. If you find yourself on the 30th of a month, you can just simply press it forward once, wait for the hour hand to sweep past midnight and you'll be on the 1st of the next month. Nice and easy. Rotate it counterclockwise to adjust the day in the date aperture at the 12 o'clock position. Right, so rather nice and easy there. It only goes forward just like the date aperture. So, and once you set it, it has a really nice satisfying click in there. All right, press the or pull the crown out to the final position. This allows you to then change the time by moving the minute hand only. It stops at seconds hand for precise time setting, and thankfully you do have the that track at the outer peripheral of this dial, so you can then set the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go. Press the crown back in to start at that seconds hand, screw it tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. So what makes all of this work is the in-house made caliber 3255, made in-house by Rolex. It has a ±2 second per day time differential precision after casing, giving it that official superlative chronometer certification as printed on every Rolex dial. You have a center hour, minute, and seconds hands with instantaneous date in the apertures, 12 and 3 o'clock respectively, with the unrestricted rapid setting, meaning that you can set them at any time of the day. The older models, say, around the 90s, early 2000s, those require that you set the time first to around 6 a.m. or around 6:30 a.m. and then you can safely set them. You can set these at any time of the day, even close to midnight when you expect that the day and date functions are fully engaged. So, very good from Rolex to allow that. They have the stop seconds as well for the precise time setting. All of these functions, by the way, I had just demonstrated with the crown functions. The oscillator on the inside, you can't see it. You can't see the movement through the case back. You do have that added sense and the gold content for the protection, as well as the overall value of this watch, holding it nicely inside. You have the magnetic blue parachrome hairspring with high performance Paraflex shock absorbers. So what does that mean? You can get relatively close to magnets or any relatively magnetized surface, and you can take a few bumps here and there. You'll be keeping track of time just fine. No need to worry about the timekeeping ability of this watch. And you also have the bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor on the inside, center mounted. So all you need to do is just wind it once, and if you wear this just about every day or every other day, you don't need to wind it at all. The power reserve on this watch, 70 hours, so it's about 3 whole days. You can wear it every 3 days if you so like. You don't even need to wind it manually. You can set it down on a Friday evening, pick it back up Monday morning. No need to wind the watch at all. You'll be just fine there. This bracelet, as is pretty much standard on every day-date I've seen to date, is the President bracelet. Mixes the best of the both worlds of the Oyster and Jubilee bracelet. So you have the more secure Oyster bracelet, the 3-piece link across assembly here, but you have the Jubilee style semicircular links going all the way down with the brush finish on the outside, high polish down the center, and satin brush finishing underneath to round out the good feeling on the wrist. Plenty of space among these links so that there's no pinching or removing of arm hairs and such. And you also have what is called the concealed folding crown clasp. So the crown here from the Rolex logo, that is the only thing showing where the clasp actually is. And in order to open it up, just simply lift the top of the crown and it unhooks nicely and easily. You have the Rolex stamped logo on the inside, and you also have the hallmarks on the bracelet as well to show you that you are dealing with rose gold, or in this point, precious metals. You also have the same hallmarks underneath the lugs of the watch, as you can see in the tiny circles there. I can't zoom in all that closely, but they are certainly there so that you know that you are dealing with actual rose gold. In this case, every rose gold. And starting off with it on my wrist, we can see how it wears. My wrist is 7 inches in circumference, or about 18 centimeters, so keep that in mind. A 40 millimeter watch, that's as big as I can ever go on my personal preference, because, well, I'm getting plenty of dial, very good there, but hardly any bracelet. So overall, it looks very big, very much in my face, but maybe that's what you want. And certainly if you have a wrist smaller than mine, or smaller than 7 inches, you can still wear this down to maybe 6.5 or even 6 inches in circumference. It'll still be just fine. The smaller your wrist, the bigger this space underneath these lugs will be, and you do get that added sense of breathability, and it still won't, you know, jut out from your wrist all that far, creating a basic, you know, hazard, something that magnetizes doorknobs to your wrist somehow. Looking at it straight on with this white face dial, very, very easy to read, incredibly easy to read, especially with the way that the Roman numeral hour marks are set up. They're not fully flat on the front, they're sort of angled in the way that they are created so that they reflect light from different angles. It's better than what you would see from the Roman numeral hour marks on, say, a Datejust or, you know, any other watch like that, because, well, you can see these Roman numeral hour marks from any angle much more easily, at least with any lighting situation, as long as you have light, because, well, there's no luminescence here, but that's fine. The white dial reflects light very easily, so it's very easy to read this, even in low light situations. You'll be surprised. I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that here as well, because, well, camera lenses and sensors don't work quite as well as eyes do. So you got to see this with your own eyes. Some may say it plain, but I say it's absolutely beautiful. It has class to it, a very specific type of class, but something that shouldn't be just shrugged off. It's incredibly nice, very clean in its presentation. I very much like that. And with the overall weight here, given that it is, you know, all basically solid gold, it is noticeable on the wrist. It's a bit heavy, but, you know, it's not too bad. It's not something that you can knock someone out with. Let's just say that. So, enough of what I think. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, visit our store at jazztime.com. Links in the description below where you can see it for the lowest price anywhere online. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.